Someone commented under my Mario vs. Sonic video with a very interesting request. Could Shadow and Luigi work as a fight? And I'm just going to break it down to you. Kind of and no. It's kind of the same result unless you actually like want to change up the flow. Like if you actually wanted to be like, oh, well, yeah, Shadow and Luigi are pretty similar, but not enough. Honestly, it just goes this simple. Shadow kind of washes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Super Shadow, you got Shadow with the bike, the guns, all his cool power-ups. If he takes off his rings, he gets a boost in strength, all that cool stuff. And then you got Luigi over here with his vacuum cleaner and his freaking lightning powers and his freaking other power-ups that Mario has. I mean, if you want to be very indifferent, you could be like, oh, Luigi has his own power-ups, and Shadow is just Shadow. I mean, I can't really just nerf Shadow. I mean, he doesn't really have his own power-ups for the most part. His only power-ups are really the Chaos Symbols and Chaos Control, which he can do very well. So if I'm being completely honest with you, first of all, Luigi has no way to get around Chaos Control. That's the first problem. He has no way to get around that. Second off, he can't beat Super Shadow if he has his own power-ups. This is specifically his own power-ups. The same thing with the Sonic battle. I'm not going to go ahead and say Shadow is just that much faster than Luigi, because although Shadow is moving near Sonic level speeds, he's not as fast as Sonic, obviously. Sonic is the fastest character in Sonic. So let's just get that under the way. But at the same time, there are scenarios where Luigi would win that I can see very plausibly. For example, Shadow is not taking Luigi serious, which he probably would not do, and he just easily takes him up with the vacuum cleaner. That's one scenario. Second scenario is he has the golden suit on, which is not even actually his, but he could turn him into gold. C option, which is probably not going to happen either, but I mean, these are all things that could obviously happen. He actually has Cappy on for some reason and uses it against him and becomes him or something. I don't know. That's another possibility. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is there are multiple possibilities where if it was a thing, Shadow would probably lose. But at the same time, those events are very unlikely, and I don't really think that's going to happen. Most of the time, Shadow wins because of Chaos Control, his super form. He will outlast anything Luigi has on his own, for the most part, including the negative zone, which I'm pretty sure Chaos Control would allow him to dodge. With that being said, I think Shadow would kind of stomp Luigi if it's power to power. But if we're talking like he has all of Mario's power-ups, it'd be a lot more interesting. But once again, I think it's not necessarily Shadow's natural speed, as this time I think it's a little bit closer, because Mario and Luigi aren't really that slow. It's just the fact that they're not comparable to Sonic characters that much in terms of speed. I don't say he gets speed blitz, but I do think he gets somewhere near that. And if I'm not talking about a speed blitz with his own power-ups, I think it'd be a lot more interesting with all of the power-ups. But even if he did have them all, it would be very hard to believe that he would have the specific ones on person. Although if he did have the specific ones on person, he could still lose the Chaos Control in his super form, because he's not really doing anything to those forms because of their superpowers. I mean, Super Sonic was fighting Time Eater, and Shadow helped him beat that crazy Eggman robot in that Sonic Adventure game. So yeah, there we go. Shadow wins. It's that simple. Luigi would win in a couple scenarios though. So yeah, on Crystology. And I hope you all enjoy it. Have a good day. Boo.